Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to our Minnesota Wild GM mode. So we're up here against the St. Louis Blues in round number 1 like we did for the past 2 seasons. So their team looks pretty much the same, except for they got a few new faces like Boone Jenner's now on their team. And also Jaden Schwartz is currently injured, so their left wing core isn't as good without them. But once Schwartz comes back, their first line is going to be reunited. So we want Jaden Schwartz being in their lineup, so hopefully he doesn't return for quite a while. I didn't check how long his injury actually is, but let's get into game number 1 here in the Scott Trade Center as St. Louis has got home ice. So game 1, hopefully we could get back to another Stanley Cup Finals, boys. So first period, and it's a scoreless first period actually. Shots are 13-10 in favor of your Minnesota Wild. Second period, and there you go, offense explosion. Jordan Greenway gets the first goal of the 2020-21 playoffs, followed by Eric Stahl and Dmitry Jaskin, the former Blue. We're out shooting them by 10 shots, 28-18. Let's just keep it up, boys. Play good defensively here in the third, and we should have this in the bag. Halfway through the third, power play. And we score. Lucia. Wow, okay, I don't know why Lucia was on the power play, if he even was. But we make it 4-0. So our fourth liner, 75 overall, manages to score a goal. And we're going to get a nice shutout win in game number 1 as we shut them out 4-0. And we outshot them 47-25. So not a bad first game. So Greenway from Kunin, Stahl from Kunin, Jaskin from Radish, and Lucia. So Lucia actually had 2 points in that game, and Radish had his first ever playoff point as well. 3 stars, Dubnyk gets first star, Lucia the second star, and Greenway the third star. Actually, Lucia just came back from his injury as well, so not a bad way to come back from an injury, putting up 2 points in game number 1, especially on the road. So not going to waste any time. Game number 2, still in St. Louis. Let's see if we can get it done again, guys. First period, and it's 1-0 us. So Devin Dubnyk has had 4 straight periods without a goal against so far. Luke Kunin has had 3 points already in this first 2 games. We're outshot though 13-11 after 1 second period, and we still have no goals against so far. Eric Stahl with his second of the playoffs. We're outshooting him now 25-19. Let's just keep it up, Dubnyk. You've been great so far. Not allowed a single goal in 5 straight periods. Power play. Are we going to get another power play goal? We don't. Last 10 minutes here of the third. Just keep on playing good defensively, boys. Power play again. And that is going to be it. So back-to-back shutouts in St. Louis for Devin Dubnyk, and we have taken a 2-0 lead going back home. So Kunin from Riley and Brodin, and Stahl from Kunin and Kaprizov. 3 stars in that game, Dubnyk again, followed by Jake Allen and Luke Kunin. So a very good performance for us in St. Louis. Hopefully it keeps up back on home ice. Okay, so we have been outscoring the Blues 6-0 in our first 2 games. I don't know if it's going to continue on home ice, but Dubnyk, if you could go perfect again, that would be pretty amazing. So game number 3 back home in the XL Energy Center. First period, and they managed to finally get one, but we still have the lead. Mikhail Granlund has both goals in the first period for us. Barbashev got them on the board though, and we're being outshot 11-10, but we have the 2-1 advantage. Second period, and it's a 2-2 game now. So they're finally just able to solve Dubnyk twice, but they're out shooting us 24-16. You knew it was going to come sooner or later. So third period underway. Come on, boys. Oh, Tarasenko. Their first line comes through, and they have a 3-2 lead. Come on, boys. Let's just get one run right back. We've had good third periods here so far, at least in these playoffs. Well, in game 1 at least. Power play. We don't score. Last 5 minutes here of the third period. And we are not going to get it done. So the St. Louis Blues steal our first home game by a score of 3-2. And they are 1 game away from tying the series back up. So Granlund from Kaprizov and Brodin, and Granlund from Brodin and Niederreiter. 3 stars in that game. Granlund gets first star, Tarasenko second, and Pietrangelo the third. So I'm not going to change anything with the lines just yet, but if we lose this next game, maybe I'll change up the lines a bit. Otherwise, I think we're still playing pretty good. We've allowed 2 goals only in 3 games, so we're playing just like what we did during the regular season as one of the best defensive teams. So let's just keep it up here for Game 4. Back on home ice again, first period, and we got the lead. Dmitry Jaskin with his second of this round against his former team. And we have a 1-0 lead after 1. Shots are 15-13 in favor of us. Second period. And the Blues managed to get 2 goals. Riley Nash and then Robbie Fabry. And we are down once again going into the third. Shots are 27-23 though in favor of us. So if we can just keep on pouring on the shots on Jake Allen, we should be able to come through here. We're getting a lot of shots here in the third. I'm liking that. And there you go. Mikkel Bodker. He's not liking his ice time here, but he manages to come through with a goal for us. And we have a tie game here late in the third. Can we get a winning goal maybe too? And oh, you got to be joking me. Marcus Foligno, our former player with 53 seconds left, wins it for the Blues. And we have a tie series going back to St. Louis. So we go 0-2 on home ice so far, and 2-0 on the road. So Jaskin from Eriksson Ek and Dumba, Bodker from Riley and Greenway. Damn, that sucks. Jake Allen gets first star, Foligno gets second star, and Jaskin the third star. So St. Louis's former player scores against them, and our former player scores against us. What a surprise. So, since we lost 2 games back-to-back, 3-2 games, our offense is kind of dried up a bit. Maybe I'll have to change up something just to get our offense going again. Kunin's got 4 points, so maybe I should put him up to the first line. I think he's only on the second right now. Yeah, he's on the second. Niederreiter's in 83. He's dropping. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. Yeah, let's go like that. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, let's just go like that. See if that helps out our team. I don't know if it is. But game number 5. Once again, we're back in St. Louis. But we've had success here in St. Louis so far. So let's see if it continues here. And if we could take a 3-2 series lead going back home. So first period. And there you go, offense. Adam Henrique and Luke Kunin. And we got a 2-0 lead after 1. But they're out shooting us 11-8. Second period, and it's still 2-0. So Dubnyk is playing great again. Hopefully he can keep it up and maybe get his 3rd shutout in St. Louis in this playoffs. He was not playing that good on home ice, but he plays good in St. Louis for some reason. Power play. We don't score. Last 10 minutes here of the third period. Just lock it down, boys. Lock it down. Last 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, and we are going to get our 3rd shutout of round number 1 in St. Louis. So we are a very good defensive team on the road, it seems like. Henrique gets his first playoff goal with us from Brodin and Dumba, and Kunin from Kaprizov and Brodin. But the man in the pipes was the main reason we won that, Dubnyk, and then Henrique gets 2nd star and Allen the 3rd star. Okay guys, up here at game number 6 now, back on home ice, looking for our first win of the playoffs in front of our home crowd. Hopefully we could do it, and hopefully there's no game 7 back in St. Louis, even though we've been great in St. Louis. So first period, no goals in that first period. Shots 13-10 though in favor of the Blues. Second period, okay, I'll take that. 1-1. Shen makes it 1-0 for the Blues, but then Niederreiter answers for us late, and we're out shooting 25-19 going into the third. Let's just get that next one, guys, here in the third, and lock out the Blues in this series. Tarasenko is going to take the lead, though, for the Blues. 2-1 here early in the third. Oh, and Riley Nash, their third-line center, makes it 3-1. Come on, boys, get 2 more. Power play, we don't get anything there. We're out shooting them, but we're down 3-1 late. And it's looking like it's going to go to a Game 7 back in St. Louis. Yes, it is, as Lepsic gets an empty netter, and Jenner adds insult to the wound as we fall 5-1 in game number 6. So, Niederreiter from Stahl and Henrique. Not a great performance from Dubnyk in that one. So it seems like Dubnik's playing very good, and our defense is playing very good on the road. But once we go back into our home building, we don't have enough confidence to actually win. So hopefully Dubnik could just play great like he was in the last few games in St. Louis, where he got shutouts in 3 straight games in there. So if he could get a shutout here in this game 7, that would be great, and then we'd go on to round number 2. I don't want to be a first round exit this year. I'm expecting this team to go farther, but you never know. So I'm not going to change anything because I know Dubnik plays good in St. Louis. So we're going to slow him this entire game. Come on, boys. We got to get this. We got to get the first goal. So far, we're being outshot by Dubnik is playing good, and then he lets in the goal on the 5th shot. Braden Shen makes it 1-0 Blues. Fuck, you got to be joking. Robbie Fabry makes it 2-0, and we're down early. But the shots are similar, and really David Schlemko even scores, and it's a 3-0 game for the Blues going into the second period. Dubnik allowed 3 goals on 9 shots, so this is definitely not like how he played in the last 3 games in St. Louis. But if we could come back from this, we've done it before, that would be amazing. But then again, our team doesn't look anywhere like they used to, where we came back with Prize and stuff last year, so yeah, just seems like Jake Allen has taken over the series in the last few games. And we're down 3-0 going into the third, but we have the lead in shots, 21-18. So if we want to win this series, guys, we're going to have to come out flying to start this third. So come on, get an early goal at least to set the tempo back in our favor, and that's not going to happen. Tarasenko makes it 4-0 Blues, and it looks like your Minnesota Wild are going to be eliminated really quickly in round number 1. Yeah, we're going to be eliminated in round number 1 this year. Wow. In a routing fashion, 6-0. Wow. Yeah, dude, we did not play good at all in those last 2 games. Wow, that was horrible. 6 goals. And I think that was in back-to-back games, wasn't it? Yep, 5 goals last game. So our offense just dried up and our defense just played like shit those last 2 games. So a bad year in comparison to last year's Stanley Cup Finals appearance. Hopefully we have a good offseason at least where we could get some good picks in. Since this episode is running short, I am going to maybe try and get the should I try and get the draft done in this episode? I might try and get, well, maybe no, the draft will take a long time actually, so never mind that. But we'll look at who we are going to draft in the draft projections. So we're going to continue scouting the WHL. We're going to do a season wrap-up too. And the Stanley Cup champions for this year is the Edmonton Oilers. So that's the second time I think in this universe they've won it. And the Texas Stars have won the AHL. So now let's take a look at the awards for this entire season. And then we'll do a wrap-up. So let's just actually take a look at our player stats from that playoff round as well. Look at the playoff tree too. So Kunin had 5 points, Brodin had 5 points, so on like that. Yeah, our team didn't play that greatest. Yeah, we had some really bad minuses on our team. -5 is not that good for like 7 games. Dubnik was 3-4. He had a great save percentage and goals against, but once again, our defense just didn't play good in those last couple games. So that is the player stats for the playoffs. Now let's go to awards. So the Oilers win the Stanley Cup, the Penguins winning the President's Trophy, Oilers winning the Clarence Campbell, and Toronto was back in the Stanley Cup Finals again, but this time they lost. Back-to-back Stanley Cup Finals for them. Player awards, Stamkos gets the Art Ross and the Hart. Hannafin gets the Norris this year. Patrick Kane getting the Lady Byng. Cramps getting the Calder for Chicago. Conn Smythe going to Connor McDavid. Matt Murray gets the Vezina like I thought. He breaks up John Gibson's 3-time streak. The Jennings also goes to Murray. He breaks up Gibson's 3-time streak as well. Ian McCoshen getting the Bill Masterton. Connor McDavid getting the Selke. Stamkos getting the Lindsay. And Tarasenko the Richard. HL wise, let's see, Sorelli Cirelli, Ebbett, Pushkarov, anybody from our AHL team? I don't think so, right? Nope. What about team awards? Okay, so yeah, that is all the awards for this season. Now let's just look at the playoff tree. I want to see how each team got there. So that was how each team got there, so you guys could see if you wanted to pause this. So basically the Oilers went through the Canucks in 5, the Kings in 6, and then the Stars in 4, and then they beat Toronto in 5. Toronto beat Tampa in 5, Montreal in 7, Pittsburgh in 7, and then they lost in the finals to the Oilers. So that's how that ran. Let's just take a look at the scouting thing quickly before we get to the draft. Or we see who we want to draft. I just want to see again if there's any exact elites that are supposed to go late in the draft. Okay, so yeah, so there's that exact elite that's still in the 7th round. I know the other one is an exact elite. I don't remember his name now, but I have him pinned, so there is some good, decent prospects supposed to go in this draft. What about goaltending? I just want to check goalies. Lalime, medium elite, but who is he actually? Oh, he's supposed to be a top 5 pick, so this Lalime goaltender is supposed to be actually an elite goaltender. Huh. Well, I don't know if we're going to actually be able to move up in the draft at all, so that's that. Let's take a look at, let's see. Let's sim all the way up to the draft now and see if we lost anybody to retirement. I don't think we did, but you never know, so. So the New York Islanders once again have the first overall pick. So the New York Islanders still tanking in this thing to get a lot of good prospects into this organization. I think they already have like Veleno. They have like, I don't even remember who else. They have really good prospects though. Vegas the 2nd, Boston the 3rd, Detroit the 4th, Nashville the 5th. Okay. Let's see. Retirement should be popping up. Here it is. So forward wise, we did not lose anybody. Goaltending wise, we did not lose anybody. Good. That's what I was hoping for. How about the entire league? Did Mikko Koivu finally hang them up? Jaromir Jagr decides to hang him up, and yep, Mikko Koivu decides to retire. So thank you for your time here, our former captain. Sorry that you couldn't win a cup with the St. Louis Blues, but you were a pretty good player for us when you were here. How much points did he have? He had a 46-point season and then 24 points, and then that's when we moved him out, I think. Otherwise, nobody that's on our team, but look at Jagr, 2,150 points. How old was he actually when he retired? 49, Jesus. Brent Seabrook retired young, actually, 36. Okay. What about goalies? Antti Niemi, okay. Peter Budaj, Gustafsson, Danny Taylor, and Drew McIntyre. Okay. One last thing we're going to do is we're going to check the trading blocks, if I could check that still. Doesn't look like I can. Why can't I go? I have to probably actually go into the draft to do that, which is annoying. So yeah, anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of Minnesota Wild GMO. So next episode, we'll get the offseason done, and we need to kind of maybe go through a rebuild in the offseason, like make a couple big trades, that sort of thing. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.